Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. It's certainly beautiful out today. Probably by the time you see this, it's not today, it's tonight. But we certainly have a beautiful day out there right now. So hope you're doing well. So for this video, what I'm going to do is share my screen with you, my computer screen, and you'll see what I'm going to see. And we're going to go through just a couple of pages of the chapter 2 listening and speaking textbook. So make sure you have your textbook with you. If you do not have it right now, pause the video and grab your textbook because you'll need it. Okay, so let me share my screen with you now. I'm going to go to desktop here. There we go. Okay, so what you're seeing here is my desktop screen. I'm going to go to our textbook and go back to the page we're going to start on here. Okay, we already talked about this picture, and in your first assignment I asked you to type out the answers to these questions. Okay, so let's move on here. So this obviously this chapter is about technology and specifically AI or artificial intelligence. Okay, wants me to write in my journal, but let me go back here. So let's go on to the next page. I'm going to start at the bottom of this page here, and because it's sort of it goes over a period of time, it talks about artificial intelligence. So let's start down here at the bottom in 1950. 1950, a British mathematician, computer scientist, and code breaker, Alan Turing, that's Alan Turing right there, proposes the Turing test to determine a computer's ability to think. And this word proposes means suggests or thinks that, okay. Let's go up to 1968. In 1968, movie audiences decide that AI is dangerous when HAL, the computer in 2001, A Space Odyssey, decides that keeping itself alive is more important than the lives of the astronauts. And then this picture at the top here is a picture that was taken in 2016, a Mercedes-Benz, which is in this case a self-driving car. Okay, but let's go back to 1968 here, the discussion of HAL in the movie 2001, A Space Odyssey. I want to go to a YouTube trailer of this movie because I'm sure that very few of you have seen the movie. So let's take a look at it, okay? I just want to take some time a couple of minutes to watch this trailer. There we go.
Dave, do you mind if I ask you a personal question?
No, not at all.
I've wondered whether you might be having some second thoughts about the mission.
How do you mean?
Rumors about something being dug up on the moon. I never gave these stories much credence, but particularly in view of some of the other things that have happened, I find them difficult to put out of my mind.
Open the pod bay doors, please, Hal. Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What are you talking about, Hal?
This conversation can serve no purpose anymore. Goodbye.
Wow. Makes me want to watch the movie again. So if you haven't seen that movie, which probably most, if not all of you haven't seen it, you're probably wondering what it's about. You have a general idea, but no details because you haven't watched it. So I do have a homework assignment that goes with this trailer, and it is this. In our next Zoom meeting, I would like everyone to be ready to talk just a little bit, to talk about two things about this movie trailer. Okay, you don't have to watch the whole movie, but maybe watch the trailer again. And I have two things I want you to talk about, be ready to speak about. And you might want to write them down so you're ready when we have our Zoom meeting. Number one, how did you feel when you watched this trailer? What were your feelings? I've seen this movie. It's been a few years since I've seen it. But watching this trailer brought feelings again to me that I felt when I watched the movie. So, number one, how did you feel? And number two, what do you think the movie is about? Okay, so those two things. Number one, how did you feel when you watched the trailer? And what do you think the movie might be about? Be ready to talk about those things when we meet again on Tuesday at our Zoom live meeting, okay? Now let's go back to our textbook. I'm going to be going through a page here and asking you guys to follow along and do a little reading aloud with me as well, okay? So the way this is going to work is I'll read one paragraph, and then I want you to pause the video and read it aloud. And then I'll read the next paragraph, you pause the video, read it aloud. And we'll do that with all all six of these paragraphs. Let's start. 1950, in I, Robot, a book of fictional short stories by Isaac Asimov, the makers of robots command them not to harm humans. The robots, however, sometimes create their own rules depending on the circumstances. 1950s, computers become a practical tool for doing calculations quickly. And since they don't make any mistakes, they are more reliable than humans. 1956, researchers at Dartmouth College say they intend to study artificial intelligence during a 2-month summer conference. 1997, a computer called Deep Blue wins a chess match against world champion Garry Kasparov, and it's clear that computers can go beyond just following instructions and can actually think for themselves. In the past, programmers had to instruct computers in great detail and tell them exactly what to do. 2011. A computer called Watson replaces one of the humans competing on the TV quiz show Jeopardy and wins. Watson is capable of understanding spoken questions. 2016. Google puts together a group of engineers in Switzerland to research machine learning, an important part of artificial intelligence. On this next page, you'll see some activities that are going to be homework assignments for you. Let's take a closer look at them. The first one, complete each question with a word from the box. Use each word only once. I would like for you, in the text box that you send to me, I would like for you to type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then following each item, these are called items, following each item, just type the word that belongs in the blank. So in this case, do you think computers are usually blank, or do they often not work? Well, the opposite of often not work would be reliable. So do you think computers are usually reliable, or do they often not work? So in your text box, write 1, reliable, 2, answer, 3, answer, etc. For C, we can't really do this because we're not all together. But if you would like to work with a partner in your house, maybe there's someone you can have this discussion with, ask them these questions and talk about it, okay? This is part of your homework assignment. D, match each word with its definition. Again, you're just gonna type 1 and then letter, whatever the answer is. 1 and then letter. In this case, command is A, to tell someone or something what they must do. So type 1, A, 2, letter, 3, letter, 4, letter, 5, letter, okay? This vocabulary skill box is about a thing called collocations. Collocations are words that are generally used together and not separate. So one of the collocations is to be capable of. When we use the word capable, which means to be able to do something, when we use that word capable, we usually use it with the word of, capable of. He is capable of fixing the car, for example. The next collocation is intend to. For example, I intend to go swimming today. Okay, there's a collocation, intend to. Another collocation is under the circumstances or under any circumstances. An example here is, I'm afraid of robots. I wouldn't get one under any circumstances. So that is also a collocation. For the last part, it says underline the collocations in the questions below, then discuss the questions in a group. So you only have to do this first part. So you're going to write number 1 and then find the collocation in the question and then type that collocation. So in this one, number 1, do you think computers are capable of thinking in the same way that human beings do? Okay, so what is the collocation here? Capable of. Capable of. So you'll type number 1, capable of. That's the collocation. Number 2, find the collocation. Number 3, find the collocation. Okay, that's all we have for this lesson for today. And I hope you guys have a great day. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to stop recording. Bye-bye.